Welcome back, and today we got something really exciting going on in the market, and that is the conclusion of the midterm elections 2022. And before we get started, we also want to take a look at the interesting trade that we done yesterday. We're going to step one, review the trade, how we go about making about $100,000 in realized profits, and then number two, we're going to go into the hot topic for tonight, and that is the blowout of FTX and the acquisition by Binance. And number three, we're going to look at the midterm US elections. Welcome back. I'm really excited to see all of you. And if you are tuning in from YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or even TikTok, you can watch us live at this moment. And I encourage you to subscribe to our channel. And every time we go live, you'll be notified. All right. So let's get started on today's presentation. Really big on the trade. And we are still going out there into the marketplace to look for what we call the art of the time squeeze, how to make as much money as possible in the shortest duration of time. So let's take a look at these interesting trades. And, we kind of hit two, what we call the Hall of Honor, whereby we ask ourselves this question: how can we deliver like $100,000 pure profits in this volatile market condition? All right, so you can either chase in terms of percentage gain, or you can chase in terms of dollar profit realized. All right, so we got two interesting trades that we kind of hit during this period. Let me tell you, first of all, it's not easy at all to produce like $100,000 realized profits, and not easy at all to deliver like more than 50% profit return. Why? Because in a typical market, all things being equal, when we don't have all these issues facing us at this moment, it is so easy just throw a dart and we can kind of hit like 5 to 100% profit return per day per trade in most of the trades. That is in a normal market. Unfortunately, I look back the past 22 years to this year, 2022. This is the most, holy moly, most challenging market, because we have an addition of one more instrument that kind of corrupt the whole scenario. And that is the cryptocurrency market, which is running 24/7, which is highly leveraged. And we're going to talk about the issue of the leverage that led to the FTX blowout. And finally, the contingent effects that kind of spread on to the equity markets. And all this is playing out. All right. So 2022 is the kind of the most challenging year. And at this point in time, we can still deliver this kind of profits. I think is God bless. So let's take a look at this interesting trade right here. I posted out this morning. I sold at 3 a.m. or 3:53 a.m. Singapore time. That translates to we are 1 hour. I'm kind of confused right now. We are 1 hour faster, so that will be at 2:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So how do we go about doing that? And approximately we like kind of sold off right here. This one generate about 50,000 profit. This is 25,000. This is 25,000. So we net about 100,000 if we don't take into account the commissions charged by the brokerage house itself. All right. So this is 100,000 net profit. But the question that you want to ask me is, hey, teacher, what are the steps leading to you discovering this such an amazing stock, right? So first of all, let's take a look at the chart itself. And I want to start off on the chart right here and kind of give us a glimmer into the analysis side of things. Bottom left, we have 2020, and this company gone through the pandemic and did extremely well, right? So we always mark out the pandemic period. This is the period of the pandemic until you kind of break even. So this red box captured the fall of the pandemic and then the rise again, right? So typically we capture from the top left-hand corner and boom, go down and then go right above, and that's the break above of the pandemic. So they kind of survived the pandemic, and then they go through this period where there's kind of a lot of restructuring. There was a big fight about $3. every item that you step into the shop, you can buy it for $1. And they decided to raise it by 25%. And that means to say every item has been increased from $1 to $1.25. Now, when we talk about 25%, it's like big number, right? But for $3 to the consumer, it's just 25 cents more. So the perception, the psychological effects of $1.25 didn't hit the consumers. And that's the reason why at this box here, it attracted the number one protege under Bill Ackman, Paul Hilal, to take $1 billion position into this particular stock. So we are all in about insider trading. We are all in about lead investor taking the lead, because we know for a certain fact that if you don't have lead investors taking the lead, nothing magical is going to happen, right? So this has always been the premise of how we go about conducting our investment thesis. Then from that point onwards, you have an activist investor in the company, shake up the board, kick out one or two enemies and put in their own allies. And this is the journey it went through. And then kind of spook out by the market because Walmart Target kind of did very badly and everybody thought Dollar Tree will collapse as well. And there was a spike down. It recovered very fast. This is one of the fastest recovery of the spike down that we've seen. And we made money here as well, right? Then again, because of the inflationary concerns, the stock took a beating again at this point in time right here, this final box. And we kind of bite through the period, say, hold on to the thesis, don't panic. And finally, I got kicked out from my trail limit order yesterday. I want to set it up to capture as much profits as possible, but I was kicked out, 100,000, boom, that's it. This is from the beginning to the end of how we realize $100,000 net profit. But of course, we are backed by very, very good data right here. And, this whole thing about making sure we have proprietary data to work on and then building on the method and strategy to execute on a trade is the key. So I want to show you a glimpse of what we see on the data side of things. This is Dollar Tree. And typically we conduct a 4-step methodology called a FIAT, which stands for money. All right. So I like this part about FIAT. And, the universe net purchase is not like fascinating. This is like only like $14.2 million. All right. So this company is playing out in terms of being, number one, very resilient to the high inflationary environment. Number two, you have an insider coming in to back up the trade. All right. So look at the insider right here. It kind of popped in around in the month of December last year. And we go back to our data point. We go to our step 3 right here, and you can see in December what actually took place. So look on the left-hand side where we presented the kind of the timeline, all right? So we can go throw back every single activity, and that's the beauty of working on data, all right? So we go all the way back to December. Now that's April. Boom, boom, boom. And that's March. I want to go straight to December, February, January, and I think it's around somewhere here, right? Here we go. No, I kind of missed out already. Where is that particular trade? Yeah, let me try to put it out. Hold on a minute. What is the... I'm trying to recall what's the name of his hedge fund, all right? So hang on a minute. I just got to create this part here. Hang on a minute, all right? So... okay, here we go. Okay, Paul Hilal hedge fund is called Mental Reach. The name just didn't pop out just now. And there you go. We spotted Mental Reach right here. And that was in the month of December, right over here. Okay, here we go. So on the 10th of December 2021, this particular information or this particular trade kind of caught our eye. Mental Reach owned what 12.7 million shares of $3, and back then he bought it at, if we kind of calculate the average price, it should be below $141 per share. Today it's trading at $161 per share, and from that point onwards, we built the story backwards. All right, so we reverse engineer backwards. You have a solid fund manager coming in here, and this guy is like a sniper. All his money go into one stock. He doesn't like boom, 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 spread his bets across a basket of stocks. He just focuses on one thing, all right, and that's what he's known for. So from that point onwards, he came in, entered, and then you start to see more of Mental Reach being featured, and we can keep going down here and how he built up the position in the company and so on. All right, so here again, he bought another 12.7 million number of shares of $3, and he just keep building up. And then he reshaped the entire management team and the board of directors. All right, he put in his people into the board, and all this is the build up of how we go about understanding a particular stock. And of course, I really don't want to get exited yesterday, but in this volatile market, we have to put in place a defense mechanism, and that defense mechanism is what I call the trail limit. All right, so here we go. This is the beautiful trade we done, and we want to collect like more and more of such featured trades, and I hope this sharing can help you a lot to rethink, to set a higher bar for profit exit. And it's not easy. All right, I want to stress again, it's not easy because you have to go through very severe pain, fear, greed, and all that kind of stuff, right? So I'm going to show you like 2022 chart. This is exactly what you have to go through to realize a profit of this nature, right? We've gone through this. We went through this hell. Then it went up again. We exited with profit, and then we had to find a way to go in. And then again, it went through this part down again. Everybody kind of freak out. And right now, it's picking itself up. So where is the future headed for $3 from this point onwards? We cut across right here. This is 180170. I think it's on the path to hit an all-time high, right? Why? Because we are coming down to Black Friday, Christmas, New Year, and everybody go out there shop. And if you are very budget conscious, then you definitely shop at $3. That's for sure. All right. So I think the supply chain bottlenecks have kind of cleared up already, and I think goods are passing through $3. And this guy has remained stale. Not much in the news. You can't find much in recent weeks, but the stock price has been steadily moving up. Let me tell you why. I believe that there are funds and there are fund managers building up their stake on $3, or else without any news, the price keep going up. That is a question of demand and supply. There are more demand than supply, and then as a consequence of that, the price will just quietly start to move up. All right. So the break. We will be going for like a $200 price target. Right now, it's trading at 161, and today, it's kind of trying to move up again some more. But that is the part about placing a defensive trail limit. All right, so we're out, no complaints, net 100,000, and we are back on game on. All right, so we are done on the sharing of the $3, and maybe this is the time I kind of pay my greetings to all of you who are watching us live at this moment. And if you are watching us right now, I welcome you. And let me just fire off this. Welcome back. And I want to know who is joining us for tonight. If you are joining us tonight for the first time, can you make some noise at the comments chat? And I'd like to say hello to you. All right, here we go. Wow, who do we have in the house right here tonight? I see Calvin, Aries, Wilson, Karen, Manfred, Christopher, John, and Eltine, Henry, Calvin Wong, John Tran, Hiram. Hiram, I think, is still in New York. CK and Catherine. Thank you very, very much, all of you, for joining us here tonight. And tonight there's another big topic that I'll be presenting to all of us. But I want to make sure that the detailed analysis will be done tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be having our cozy live trading event. It's a 5 hours event. Typically, we really go in depth, answer all the FAQs and all that. So those of you who are watching, and if you can join me tomorrow for the cozy live trading event, 5 hours from 7 p.m. To 12 midnight Singapore time, please get your questions ready. All right, I think this week is so many things happening, and tomorrow night is holy moly. The more is the inflation data. That is the most important announcement for this season. Wall Street kind of looking at a 7.9 drop from 8.3 to 7.9, the inflation. Again, it's a lagging data. I hope that it can drop much more than that. But looks like, all the whisperers, they are claiming that 7.9 will be the inflation data. All right. So what to do? If we can go down much more, there will be a significant rally in the market tomorrow. All right. So the market has already absorbed a 7.9 inflation CPI data. But what else is in store for this week and leading all the way into the month of December? All right. So that's what we're going to do exactly in the live trading for tomorrow night. Those of you who can't join me, you have to wait for the Friday YouTube live streaming session. Tomorrow, when I'm teaching, I'll skip one day, and that's how I want to maintain this momentum. All right. So thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. Good to see all of you. I see Benjamin, Shirley just joining us as well. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go to the next big topic for tonight. And by the way, I see some of you are in the TikTok live as well. Thank you for joining me at TikTok. It's a different experience, right? So, I also want to go to my TikTok right now and see how do I look like inside the TikTok there. So if you can turn on your TikTok, please go and follow, and do whatever it takes to follow my account, Clemen Chiang, right? Look for my account, and again, I click on live, and let me see, can I find, how do I find myself in TikTok? Okay, I'm still trying to figure out here. Okay, so I'm going to search for my name, and yes, there you go. I can only see Kelvin over there. It still takes time to build the community at a TikTok. So if you join me in TikTok, I will see your name popping out somewhere. So right now, my Kelvin at Beihai is my top viewer. Thanks so much, Kelvin. Anyone else join us over there at TikTok? And it's like you're gonna see it exactly like this, all right? So let me see. Yeah, so this is where you can see TikTok right there, and I see Peter just join us on the TikTok as well. And if I kind of can I do that? Yep, I think I can do that. And if I kind of do this, right, you can see on the landscape mode is even much clearer, right? So, but the thing about TikTok live stream is that they don't keep a record of the video, because my video is typically quite long. It's about 30 minutes long, so you won't be able to see that. So I want to keep my phone up there, just streaming TikTok. Kind of weird. I got quite a number of devices here on the table. Okay, so we are done on that. Now I'm going to go to the next big topic. We're going to start off with this particular page, which I need to teach you how to access it. And this is, we're going to know the results really soon. And that is the current US elections 2022, the grand old party GOP, which represents the Republican Party, kind of standing at 47 versus 46. And in the Senate, there's a round number of 100. All right, so that is the game round number of 100 in the Senate. And the first one to cross 51, then they'll dominate the Senate. All right, so you need to dominate not just the Senate, you also need to dominate the US House. All right, so collectively, they become what we call the US Congress. So I want to get the real number to kind of share with you guys. Then you understand the historical backdrop. All right, so I'm going to research on the US House. What is the number to meet? All right, oops. This one is not showing the numbers I want to see. Okay, I have to show you another way. Hang on a minute. Let's take a look at US Congress. And Senate, I remember, is as 100. Yep, I got it. All right, so here we go. So the number that we are looking at is Senate is 100. All right, so total is like 535 voting members, 100 senators, 435 representatives. All right, so this is the 100. That's why the halfway mark, the moment you go across to 51, you dominate the Senate. Then in the House of Representatives is 435, and the number to break, it must be an odd number, all right? It cannot be a tie break. In the event there's a tiebreaker, then the Vice President of the United States will have the casting vote, all right? So down here, you always have a kind of a weird, like 435, and you go back right here, for the House, is 218. You have to cross 218 to dominate the House of Representatives, all right? So that's the way the politics in US has been played out, and this House and the Senate, excuse me, they will fall under the United States Congress, all right? So we are thinking that I think we can fairly assume that I think the GOP will take over the House. The Senate is a narrow fight, super narrow fight. And let's say both the Republicans have taken both the House and the Senate, then you have a puppet president. The president cannot push through any legislation because the opposing party, which is the Republican, they will fight against the Democratic Party. And that's the reason why bipartisan policies is going to be very, very important. Bipartisan means you have the support both from the Democratic and the Republicans. And it's going to be very, very tough for President Joe Biden. All right. So that's the second thing that's important for today. And we come to the third and the most important of them all. And I want to start off with this particular tweet to share with all of us. Here we go, step one. And this was kind of tweeted at 11 hours ago. A lot of people in Singapore held funds in FTX because Binance is banned here. Sad and ironic. Now we know about this. All right. And what is CZ's reply, boss of Binance? Not banned, just no license yet. Kind of give us a clue. Maybe at the right time, at the right season, he'll return back to Singapore and apply for the proper licensing. But the consequence of that is very severe. What do I mean by that? Because back then, we had to take you through the history. You see, this particular news announced by Channel News Asia was dated 13 December 2021, right? And what was the headline? Crypto exchange, Binance.sg, to close by February after operator withdraws Singapore license application. And what is the consequence of this announcement? Literally, any one of you who try to use the Binance app to place trade, the App Store will stop you. There's no way you can place trade, and everybody quickly liquidated their coins in the Binance, whether it's Binance.com or .sg. Everybody out, boom, go, right? Because there's uncertainty in the regulatory framework in Singapore. So as a result, Binance took the hard decision and say, no problem. What are they going to do is this, all right? Is withdrawn its application for whatever reason, and straight away they close off everything, all right, with immediate effect. Registration, cryptocurrency and currency deposits and trading on Binance.sg will be closed and will wind down and close by February 13, which is this year, 2022. And users of the platform must close all open position, withdraw their Singapore dollar and cryptocurrency assets by that time. Okay? So what happened back then? And by February 13, everyone like kind of a scramble. Hey, where is the next exchange that's going to house our coins? And that was tough, right? So, there are people in Singapore that go and transfer their coins to Robinhood, to Coinbase, to Gemini, to FTX included. And that is the reason why I start off with this tweet. This guy, I don't know what is his background. He said a lot of people, I'm not too sure what he means by a lot. Is it 50,000, 100,000, or what's the meaning of a lot? Held funds in FTX because Binance is banned here. But they held funds in FTX not primarily because Binance is banned. I mean, after Binance is banned, they could have moved their money to ABC, D, F, G, H, I, other crypto exchanges, correct? So, why they selected FTX? That is the key question. Why did they select FTX? Because at the same time when they announced about, going to close down Binance in Singapore, you have to withdraw everything by February 13 and all that kind of stuff, a news came out just before that on 27 January. I want to show you this news. Published on 27 January, right here. Published on 27 January this year, before the fateful date of 13. And what was the fateful date of 13? The 13th of February, right? So we connect two dots. So 13th of February, everybody's scrambling to withdraw, move coins around and all that. And then exactly that, 27th of January, the headline pops up this way. Temasek among investors in crypto exchange FTX US now valued at 10.8 billion. So what I'm saying is that we have a very, very confused signal. Okay? We have a very, very confused signal. And as a result, this guy on Twitter said that a lot of people in Singapore held funds in FTX because they look at, hey, my sovereign wealth funds kind of invested in FTX, and FTX is not like ban. And you go to App Store, you can download FTX, you can send money, withdraw money, move coins around in FTX. Nothing is stopping you from doing that. And that led us to today. This is what has happened today, all right? Now, while this is being played out, the irony is that, there was a big fallout, right? So the big fallout, let me just kind of bring that out. What was the big fallout? And here we go. And the big fallout is that FTX right now is on a bank run, right? People are scrambling to try to withdraw their coins, and many of them who are late, they couldn't withdraw their coins anymore. So this fallout is captured here, right here. How Binance planned to buy FTX unfolded in a matter of days, and then Sam Bankman-Fried, right now fried, really, he's really fried, man. He's like a fried up already, French fry fried. Downfall stuns crypto market. Cryptocurrency market rocked by near collapse of exchange, which is FTX, and how Binance and FTX sent shockwaves through the crypto world. Contingent fears sweep crypto sector after FTX liquidity crisis. And Binance chief says near collapse of FTX severely eroded confidence in cryptocurrency. That's 36 minutes ago. And then the irony is Temasek engaging with FTX as Binance bailout fuels uncertainty in cryptocurrency. All right. So I thought I brought you through the chain of events starting from 13 December 2021, leading to from 13 December 2021, leading to 27 January 2022, leading to 13 February 2022. And today, there's a big fallout, right? Many people are hurt because they couldn't move their coins because when you have a bank run, it's very fast one, all right? Super fast. Now, if you are stuck today, I got good news for you. That means you couldn't move your coins out of FTX. I think this is your final good news. And that is this. At least the lead investor, Temasek, is engaging with FTX after potential Binance bailout. So the irony of this article, let me tell you what's the irony. Irony. You have Binance, or how do I call it? Step one, you have like kind of Binance got rejected by Singapore and they gave up applying for license here for whatever reasons. Too complex. Nobody wants to tell the truth out there. We are all scratching our head. How the heck we lost a crown jewel? And if you kind of watch back my past videos, I've been talking about this. How did we, Singapore, lost a crown jewel like Binance? And when the chief regulator in Binance is a Singaporean, Richard Teng. He was the former SGX chief regulator. He went to Middle East, became the chief regulator there at the exchange. And right now he joined Binance as the chief regulator of Binance, a person of such strong, powerful resume, helped Binance to apply in Singapore, but they decided to give up on Singapore. How did this all happen? And while this is happening, Temasek decided to invest into FTX. But today, FTX gone down, and Binance is the one salvaging FTX from the mess. It goes like one loop, closed circle. That's the irony, right? But the good news is, at least you have the lead investor talking to FTX and say, hey, I suspect the conversation will go something like this. You want to die? No problem. But make sure you protect my Singaporeans. I imagine the conversation will be something like this, all right? So why would you want to talk? You already know that guy is condemned. I mean, you want to kick a dead man. What else can you do to a dead man, right? So I think this is, I suspect they know the data. When, Binance move out of Singapore, many of them set up their accounts in FTX. And they say we are aware of the developments between FTX and Binance, are engaging FTX in our capacity as a shareholder. So if it's a good shareholder, I think your really saving grace is that at least this shareholder is trying to save you. So that at least if FTX were to go down completely, they will at least ensure you have the ability to move your coins out. But really, we really do not know, because on CNBC just now I watched, they are intentionally entrapping FTX Sam by putting out the big tweet by him saying that all assets are safe, and then the next thing he deleted the tweet. So he'll be held accountable. This guy has to go to jail. I said many times, Do Kwon have to go to jail, Three Arrows have to go to jail, Sam Friedman from FTX, three of them, these jokers have to go to jail to restore the confidence. You cannot have these jokers we put money there and they say, oh, that's it, I take your money and do something else, over leverage. And CZ gave us the best clue. What went wrong in FTX is shown right here. All right. This is the really latest, just 3 minutes out. I think it's so important. I better read out to all of us right now. Just tweeted 3 minutes ago. Let's read through this particular tweet. He sent out to the Binance team. Given the events that transpired over the last couple of days, I want to reiterate a few points. 1, We did not master plan this or anything related to it. It was less than 24 hours ago that SPF, which is Sam Friedman, called me. And before that, I had very little knowledge of the internal state of things at FTX. I could do some mental calculation with our revenues to guess theirs, but you will never be very accurate. I was surprised when he wanted to talk. My first reaction was he wants to do an OTC deal, but here we are. 2. As the due diligence for the deal is ongoing, I want to remind everyone, do not trade FTX token. If you have a bag, you have a bag. Do not buy or sell. As soon as I finished the call with SBF yesterday, I asked our team to stop selling as an organization. Yes, we have a bag, but that's okay. More importantly, we need to hold ourselves to a higher standard than even in banks. Damn good news. That means he's not dumping the FTT coins. Number 3, obviously do not comment on the deal publicly or internally. If you are not directly involved, don't ask. We have a good team handling it. Things will play out. 4, FTX going down is not good for anyone in the industry. Do not interview or view it as a win for us. User confidence is severely shaken. Regulators will scrutinize exchanges even more. Licenses around the globe will be harder to get, and people now think we are the biggest and will attack us more. But that's okay. We are used to being open and leaning into headwinds. In fact, we embrace scrutiny. We must significantly increase our transparency, proof of reserves, insurance funds, etc. A lot more to come in this area. We have a lot of tough work ahead of us, not to mention prices swing wildly. And number 5, holy moly. Speaking of prices, as I said many times over the years, ignore the prices. Let's keep our heads down and focus on building products people use. He has always worked over the years, and today is obviously no exception. Lastly, I want to say I'm really proud of each and every one of you for all your hard work. And as a team, thank you. We still have many challenges ahead of us. Let's continue to push ahead and help increase the freedom of money all around the world steadily and consistently. CZ. But the tweet I want to read out to you is this one. This is the giveaway. What went wrong at FTX? Number 1, never use a token you created as a collateral. And I suspect, FTX used their own token, which is the FTT coin, as a pledge to get more money, as a loan to value. This is exactly what happened to Three Arrows when they collapsed. They were over leveraged. This is kind of in a way linked to how Luna Coin was using Bitcoin to support its price. One more time. The Terra Dollar, UST, US Terra stablecoin, algorithmic stablecoin, was using Bitcoin to support its price as a collateral. And they have to sell off Bitcoin, the price collapsed and brought down Luna Coin as well, right? Then number 2, don't borrow if you run a crypto business. Don't use capital efficiently, have a large reserve. I mean, thank goodness, I think CZ come from an old school because he was the guy building the Bloomberg terminal. That's my understanding of his past. And that's where, I've been preaching to all of us, we really need to master the wealth trilogy: stocks, options, cryptos. Those of us who come from the stocks and options background, we never dare to borrow. We never dare to trade on margin. All right, it's such an anal word. We don't even dare to talk about it. But those who found new wealth in the crypto space with no hindsight of the previous instrument or the wisdom, collective wisdom of stocks and options, they were like, all hell break loose, man. Fast and furious, go out there, leverage, pledge, and loan to value, LTV, and all that kind of stuff. This is exactly what he's saying here at point 2. All right? So he ended off by saying Binance has never used BNB for collateral and we have never taken on debt. And I think, this gave me certain comfort that I think Elon Musk is also quite selective who he wants to work with. Of his acquisition of Twitter, of all the crypto players, he only took money from Binance, $500 million, to build the Web 3.0 for Twitter. All right, so while Sam from FTX has been spending money to brand the stadium, to brand the celebrities, spending money to even pay off the politicians who are running for the US election today. two different camps, two different outcomes, right? So what's the conclusion of this matter? The conclusion is really, really simple. Number one, if your coins are kind of stuck in FTX, don't be hard on yourself. You just have to really pray very hard. Right? If you're fast, you're out. You're slow, you're stuck. All right? You never know where's the cutoff point. So that is a life lesson. That's why, we always spread our risk everywhere. And, this is the part that you can only wait for the conversation between Temasek and FTX and Binance. And there's a high possibility that Binance, after doing the due diligence, realized there's a bigger hole inside there. They decided to walk away. And this company will go down. FTX, Sam has to go to jail. All right? I said it many times. You can only restore confidence if the criminals are put behind bars and not running around teasing all the regulators worldwide. And Do Kwon today is still out there, and he just did a call with Pharma Boy who went to jail, and still telling everybody that he's not on the run. Can you believe that? He's not on the run? Hello? Regulators in South Korea put out Interpol alert on him. Next guy will be Sam Friedman. He has to go to jail for this. Because you touch customers' money and then you collapse. And right now, customers' money are stuck in your exchange. And these guys can't move out. And then you call for help to Binance. And it's not conclusive whether Binance will acquire FTX or not. They just announced they are doing due diligence. That's it. All right? What other hidden traps inside there, nobody knows. And I'm sure that the team will do a very, very in-depth due diligence. They got all the time in the world to do it. But I take the word from CZ that, he wants to kind of be the superhero of the world, to restore confidence among users of the crypto space. Then perhaps he will do the right thing. All right. So this is the conclusion of this matter. And, just be very alert. This is a very nascent technology, still in its very early days. I still believe in Bitcoin very, very much. Crypto exchanges right now, everybody have to wake up their idea. Until we can put the criminals behind bar and hold them accountable, it will take some time before the trust is restored. And my final parting words on this is, what is Securities Exchange Commission doing all this time? They're sitting on a major problem out there, fighting with CFTC, Commodities Futures Trading Commission, and nobody knows who is in charge of what. That is the real problem. Because they allow a Wild Wild West in the space. So, everybody should point a gun at SEC. Point a gun. These problems out there, you allow algorithmic stablecoin USD to collapse, Luna to collapse, and while they are collapsing, Three Arrows run away, Celsius closed down, Voyager closed down, everybody kind of closed down. You still have not come out with your spoken words. What are you doing to regulate the market? And now you have FTX closing down. All right, so I'm just a small guy right here, but I'm sure many of you listening in, you have very powerful friends. Go tell your politicians, tell them that, why is SEC not doing anything about it? And maybe the people of the world should look out for Do Kwon and, kind of tip the police off where to catch these guys. Catch Three Arrows, catch Do Kwon, and next thing will be Sam on the next hit list. And that's my thought about it. And let's sum up what we have done tonight, all right? So, wow, we really covered a lot of stuff. So that is the big article for today. And, tonight is just the night before the inflation data announcement. Don't rush. The one last article I want to share with you is, I seriously looking at this particular company right now. I spoke about it at the Alpha conference, And today, you've seen how this stock has performed, all right? So that will be the sum up for tonight. And we're going to take a look at Disneyland. Kind of taken a beating tonight. Stock spiked down 10%. And if you look at the stock price spike down 10%, which is somewhere right here, right now it's floating at $89. The market has already opened and started to trade. And you watch it, all right? $89. You watch it very, very closely. It's floating out there. There's a call right now for what to happen? For the CEO to be sacked. The market is very fast on, right? The market responds very fast. There's a call right now for the CEO to be sacked, that the price has gone down. They have an activist behind them. The price still went down. But if I kind of zoom out right here, all right, zoom out right here, and you see for yourself, all right, this is a very, very strong line, which is the $90 line. All right, it's a very, very strong line. How strong is being measured? Started from 2015 to 2022. For the last 7 years, the price have not broken down below $90. I'm looking at this, studying it tonight. The past 7 years, the price have not gone below $90. What has Disney done so wrong, other than they have a new CEO, they have a new activist, they couldn't deliver, they failed on the streaming. But, Disneyland is like a childhood product to us, Mickey Mouse, right? And if you look at $90, and I kind of zoom out, $90, then you see $90 is real, right? 2015, which is this box here, 2015. Oops, one more time, $90 is somewhere here in the middle. $90 is around here. Yep. From 2015 to now, right? You mean it's going to go below the 7 years record of Disney and go below $90? Wow. This is a big wow to me, all right? So you either see it as a half glass full or a half glass empty. You decide, is this a crisis or an opportunity, all right? And that's how I'll end off tonight's sharing. So I want to thank every one of you who are tuning in. I see more more TikTokers watching the live stream. Thank you very much. But with this, let's complete tonight's sharing. Thank you very much, and make sure you show up on time for the class tomorrow at the Cozy Live Trading, all right? Thank you so much. May God bless you. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.